Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy a theme booster? A brand new product beginning with Dominaria, many Magic the Gathering players may instead simply be asking, what even is a theme pack? Especially since, as a Walmart exclusive product, many haven't even seen one for sale. Intended primarily for new players, does the theme pack hold any interest for those who already play the game? And for those just beginning to play Magic, is this the starting point to seek? Before we continue, I feel the need to admit my own bias here. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I am not a fan of big box stores like Walmart and Target, as I feel they take business away from local game stores. While these reviews strive for a reasonable level of objectivity, there will, of course, always be a certain level of subjectivity in them, in that they are, of course, my reviews, my analysis, my evaluation, and in the end, it's just like my opinion, man. And yes, my opinion is biased against Target and Walmart in general. It is against them getting special Magic product like Master Sets and Unstable, which should be available only at your local game store. And yes, my bias is against Walmart and Target getting exclusive MTG products like this. Sure, when shameful ripoffs like a starter set and a mystery box come to Target and Walmart, some of which may not even be originating directly from Wizards of the Coast, it's easy to wave a hand of dismissal and say, this is just more jank on the shelf. But products like these Dominaria theme packs are directly from Wizards of the Coast, and they are only found at Walmart. What happens, I ask, to your local game store when Wizards makes an amazing, must-have MTG product and then says it's just available at Walmart? What happens then, and is that day coming? Well, luckily these theme packs aren't that. Yet. But they also aren't the shameless cash grab that starter packs were. There's some interesting things going on here, and potential value to certain players. Let's take a closer look. A Dominaria theme booster is like a regular Magic the Gathering booster pack. Only unlike a regular booster pack, you will only get cards of one color. So the blue Dominaria theme booster will only give you blue cards, the white theme booster will only give you white cards, and so forth. In addition to this, each theme booster contains 35 cards instead of 15, so that's a little over 2 booster packs worth of cards. However, while there is a possibility of a second rare, it is not assured, and most of these will only contain one rare. The price is $7. Now, there's more going on in the collation here than just 35 random cards of the same color. First, there's no set number of commons and uncommons, so a pack can have 1, 3, or even 10 uncommons in it. The only thing you are assured of is 1 rare or mythic, and that there is a chance at 2. Another collation aspect of these packs is in the ability for them to contain a theme within the cards of the pack, meaning that if you open Kende, for example, who gives creatures you control with first strike double strike, then you might find a selection of first strike white creatures among your commons and uncommons. So what we are seeing here is an experiment of a sorts in collation and controlled randomization, but what applications does this actually have for players of the game? The first idea that comes to mind is a mini-masters / pack wars use for these theme packs. Mini-masters, also sometimes called pack wars, is where you and opponent each open a booster pack and add 5 of each basic land to the contents, shuffle it all up, and then play a game. Battle your pack against theirs, essentially. It's an easy way to get a quick game of Magic, but since booster packs are not really designed for this, games can be grindy, greatly imbalanced, and overall, while there's some fans of the format and playstyle, Mini-Masters is thought of by most as little more than a fun little lark. With these theme packs, you and I could each open a different color, add basic lands, and have a monocolored deck more or less ready to go, with a built-in theme. Well, I'd rather play that than a Mini Masters, having now gotten several games with these in practice. I don't think the experience is transcendent of anything more than a lark here either. Just a different kind of lark than Mini Masters. So for established players, there's not a lot being offered. What's more, you're paying a surcharge for this new collation of cards. The cost is almost that of 2 boosters at full MSRP of $4 each, but your $7 gets you only 1 guaranteed rare or mythic. Yes, there might be a second in there, but it is not assured, and I can't help but view these as overpriced at $7. Want a pack of Magic cards? That'll be $4. Want them to all be the same color? That'll be $7? Is that extra $3 worth 20 random commons and uncommons with no assured ratio between them? I don't particularly feel that it is. But that, of course, is my perspective as an established player. And along the lines of that established player perspective, I want to note that with these theme boosters, we do not have the ability to draft. With regular booster packs, if you have old ones lying around, you can get a draft. You can have a use for them besides just randomly cracking them open and maybe getting a 35-cent rare, nothing else of value. At least you can get some games of Magic. But if you find 1 or 3 of these theme boosters in your closet one day, well, what are you going to do with them? Maybe if you had more than one, get a game with someone, I suppose, but you can't actually sit down and draft. You can't even use them in a chaos draft, as you could if you find just one random new Phyrexia booster pack, and so it's limiting in that sense as well. No, the real purpose of these is not for us established players, but rather for brand new players, those who are just starting out in the game. And yes, there is a lot to offer here. This one pack is on its way to being a deck, can be played right out of the box, has a built-in theme and multiple copies of many cards to add a certain level of consistency to gameplay. I really like that last part, that I might end up with 3 or even 4 of the same common or uncommon. And when we augment this with a couple booster packs, or if Grandma goes nuts and gets us a bundle, I can see this as a fair starting road to everything from schoolyard play to even the first Friday Night Magic event. They actually remind me a little bit of these old tournament packs or starter decks, which were essentially 75 cards plus a bunch of land, getting 3 rares, like 3 booster packs worth, all in this one little box. In fact, I think this was one of the first things, not Lorwyn of course, revised, that I bought along with a couple of booster packs to send me out to my first Wizard duel. And I am getting a vibe of these here, but it's not a strong enough one, because remember, this has got 3 rares in it. This has got 75 cards in it. This has got land in it. Picking these up are going to give me a better chance at starting the game, and unfortunately, they don't make these anymore. And the fact that these theme packs don't contain any lands really does negate any chance a new player has of using this as a real starting point. I can't play this deck without lands. If I have lands, I am established and likely don't want this. And if I'm not established, then I likely don't have lands, and so what good is this? Even buying a couple extra boosters won't give me lands, so how is this for a brand new player? And as was mentioned, these lean heavily into commons and uncommons, but are quite stingy on the rares, offering only 1 rare or mythic assured, and then a rare chance, pun intended, at getting a second. Stick in at least 1 more to match the price. Have a random chance of a third, and then maybe we'd be talking. The biggest competitor to these theme boosters are the $5.99 rookie decks from Card Kingdom, which manage to have built-in themes, be 60 cards, come with helpful inserts for new players, have lands, and still be cheaper than a Dominaria theme pack. And thus, I don't think that we've beaten rookie decks just yet. I think it's getting close, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a response to them. And Even as it stands, I wouldn't cringe at getting a new player one of these, plus a few boosters, as a way to get into the game. It's certainly better than picking up one of those intro packs from years prior. Final conclusion? While I am fascinated by the advances in what Wizards of the Coast can now do in terms of card collation and randomization, the embodiment of these advances as a theme pack is not worth it to most established players. For brand new players, this is a satisfactory starting point if only there were lands included. The packs could also use 1 to 2 more rares to more accurately reflect its price. While these can be a lark for existing players or an okay pile for a first player's deck, neither option goes too far in its perspective direction. Grade is a C. It's acceptable, I suppose, but does nothing to impress. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to like, share, subscribe, or just by leaving a message. And remember, even though these Dominaria theme packs are available only at Walmart, you can't play Magic at Target or Walmart. So when you spend your money buying booster packs, buying card sleeves, buying whatever it is you want for Magic the Gathering, when it is possible, when it is reasonable, when it is fairly priced, try and spend that money at your local game store, which is where you and all of us sit down to play this great game. And in so doing, you are supporting your Magic community. So thank you. And this video is brought to you by my and many other people's local game store, Card Kingdom, a brick-and-mortar pillar of this community, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. These are the people that keep Tolarian Community College going and growing strong. So thank you.